something about you beautiful. I just want to know.
Yay! Hi guys, my name is Devin and welcome to my third episode of Coco Therapy. I'm so excited that you guys decided to watch my show again, y'all. Thanks for coming back. My show, Coco Therapy, is all about building and keeping confidence. So today, we're going to be talking about something really interesting that had happened to me last night, because I was going to talk about something else, but this time I'm going to talk about this because it happened last night. Talking about perceptions, right? And misconstrued perceptions of other people and of yourself. So what I mean by that is you don't have all the answers. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And you might think that you know what you don't know, but you don't. Let me get to the point. The point is, don't judge a book by its cover. Now, I know you've heard that a million times, but I promise you this is going to be a little bit different. So, I went to a party last night with my cousin's friends. And I've never seen these girls before. This is like my first time that we ever kicking it or whatever. So I go to, their hotel or whatever, and I walk in, and when I tell you these girls were beautiful, I'm talking about fine, okay? Not the most beautiful girls, but definitely top 5 most beautiful girls I've ever seen, okay? And I've seen a lot of beauty in my life, but they were just so fine. I mean, they had a white girl who looked like she dates ball players, with the lips and the, she was stacked. And then they had a Puerto Rican girl, long hair. She was also stacked, real cute face. And then, my cousin and her cousin, and they look good too. So, black girls that was stacked and on the lighter spectrum. So, it was literally the, I want to say the black man's fantasy was like all in that room. So I walk in and everybody's so sweet and nice and confident and yada yada yada. I'm like, oh, okay, these are my peoples out here. I could get with this. So as the night progresses, we drinking and litty lit, and we were talking about all the things that girls like to talk about. It took us a long time to get where we were going because everybody was drinking and we was pre-gaming for the longest. So we get into the Uber, right? And my cousin tells us that we're gonna go to a house party, and I'm like, okay, we can go to a house party, but I know you don't know me that well, but I'm gonna let you know that I am just a little bougie, just a little bit, not like a whole lot, but like a little bit bougie. So I was concerned that we were gonna go to a party with a lot of men who carry guns, and I don't want to go to a party with men who carry guns, because men who carry guns and use them irresponsibly shoot niggas irresponsibly. So I didn't even want to be in that environment. So nevertheless, my cousin said to me, we're gonna go to this house party. I was like, nah, I vetoed it. But she proceeds to tell a story about me being bougie, and I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? So she tells them about my trip that I went to Africa. Yes, I've been to Africa before. It was amazing. If you're black, you need to go, because it'll save your life. Okay, come on, for the realest. She tells them that I went to, Africa, I went to Senegal, and I went to this cool spa. And at this spa, one of the treatments that they had was to wash your body. Like, literally, there were 2 women, and they washed all of me. Like, they washed my hair, they didn't do that part, but they definitely washed everything else in between my toes and, every single follicle. They really did all of that. And it was an amazing and beautiful experience. And of course, when I got back, I told my cousin. But the way she told them, it didn't sound as pure as the actual event was. It was very innocent, very pure. But the way she described it to them, it made it seem like I was Prince Hakeem off of Coming to America. Is my birthday? And then she made it seem like it was like OD World treatment. So the girls in the car, the tone started to change. Like, they were looking at me differently, and not because they thought I was bougie, but because they thought that I was privileged. So one of the girls was like, oh, well, you better than us, like you a level up from us, you went to Africa. And I was like, hold up hold up, let's just stop. Everybody was cool. We were on the same wave. Everybody was fine. And now you think I'm better than you because I've been somewhere that you haven't been. First of all, this is not a competition. So this is my disclaimer number one, my tip number one, however you want to call it. Do not compare yourself to someone else. And I know you hear that a million times, but it's so true. The place in your life that you are in is there purposely for you in that moment, for you to grow from, for you to learn from, and for you to move forward from. That phase in your life, you are meant to go through whatever that thing is. So for me, that was a moment in my life that I needed to go through. I needed to go to Africa because I needed to go to Africa. They might get to Africa whenever it is they decide to go, but the fact that she was comparing me going to Africa to where she is in her life made me uncomfortable. And it made everybody else in the car uncomfortable too, because one of the girls was like, oh my God, I'm uncomfortable. So obviously she was uncomfortable. So we move on, right? Turning up the music, we having a little moment still, you know, the moment has passed, praise the Lord. But then the girl who said something the first time comes back and says to me again, what your parents do? Like, what kind of girl are you? Like, where your family come from? Do you know where we come from? Like, we're not getting to Africa. And I'm like, wait, the moment has passed. Why are we still talking about this? It's not relevant. It's not. Please, just, you can imagine how awkward I feel in this situation, because I have never in my life had somebody think that I was better than them. Like, and that was coming from their mouth. Like, oh, I think that you're better than me. I have never had someone I have never experienced that before. And it made me feel sad for her. Not because she didn't have as much money as me or whatever, because I don't have no money right now. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But it made me feel sad for her because I know that she was broken, right? I know that she was comparing herself to me because somewhere inside of her she felt like she wasn't good enough. She wasn't gonna have what I had, or she felt undeserving, or maybe she felt like she deserved it and I didn't. I don't know what it was, but whatever it is, this is my say to you, Cocoa Therapy watchers, okay? Your blessings are going to come. Your blessings are your blessings, and they will rain upon you when they're ready, right? When your moment, when your season, as my mom likes to call it, when your season approaches, your blessings will rain, right? But you have to be moving forward to get those blessings. So let's say, for example, she wants to go to Africa. The girl who was talking to me wanted to go to Africa. She needs to be saving, actively saving, in order to make that trip a reality for her. She can't be mad at me because I saved for that trip. I planned for a whole year before I could go on that trip. But she didn't ask any of the questions. So ask the questions, plan, prepare, and then blossom. Go, be great, okay? Yes, honey bunches of oats. If you ever come across this video, please know that you are more than just your outside beauty. You are more than just your circumstances. Nothing in this world can define you unless you allow it to. You are not where you come from. You are not your kids. You are not your past. You are not any of those things. You are not just a mother. You are not just somebody who grew up in the hood. You are not just a pretty face. You are so much more. You are undefined. You literally can be any and everything that you want to be. Don't put yourself in a box. So that's the last thing that I want you guys to take away from this video. Do not box yourself in. You have no parameters. You can be anything. You can be anybody. Literally anybody, except someone who is already that person, because you can't be somebody else. Yeah. Thanks. Follow, subscribe, like. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, if you stay, because you're awesome. Let's grow together. Bye.